very moment. Millions of Americans are quietly packing their bags, loading moving trucks, and leaving entire states behind. Not because of war, not because of a single disaster, but because something deeper is happening. Something slow, silent, and powerful. And here's the shocking part. Some of the most famous, richest, and most desirable states in America are losing people faster than ever before. Places people once dreamed of living in are now places people are trying to escape. So the real question is, which states are losing residents the fastest? And what is really pushing people away? Stay with me until the end, because once you understand this shift, you won't just see America differently. You'll start thinking differently about where the future really is. Before we go deeper, if you want to understand how the world is changing, where people are moving, and where opportunities are growing, hit subscribe right now. Because on this channel, we don't just tell stories, we reveal patterns. And today's pattern might be one of the most important you'll ever see. It didn't happen suddenly. There was no big announcement, no breaking news headline. At first, it was just small things. A neighbor moving out, a friend relocating to another state, a coworker saying, "I found something better somewhere else." Then it kept happening. More houses went up for sale. More apartments became empty. More moving trucks appeared on the streets. Still, most people didn't notice, because change like this doesn't happen loudly. It happens quietly, until one day, the data arrives, and the numbers tell a story that no one can ignore. The big shift. Some states in America are growing rapidly, but others, they are losing people at a shocking speed. Not hundreds, not thousands, millions. And when millions of people start leaving a place, it's never random. It means something is broken. But what exactly is it? Is it the cost of living? Is it safety? Is it job opportunities? Or is it something deeper, something emotional? To understand the future, we first need to understand what people are running away from. New York, when DMS become too expensive. New York was once the ultimate dream. A place where ambition lived, where opportunities were endless, where people believed, if I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. But today, that dream is starting to crack, because living in New York has become extremely difficult. Rent is unbelievably high. Even a small apartment can cost more than an entire house in another state. Daily life is expensive. Everything from food to transportation costs more. And then there are taxes, among the highest in the country. For years, people accepted this because New York offered something special. Opportunity, energy, a chance to succeed. But then something changed. The pandemic. Suddenly, people didn't have to stay in New York to work. Offices closed. Remote work became normal. And people started asking a question. Why am I paying this much to live like this? Why live in a tiny apartment when you could have a full house somewhere else? Why deal with stress and crowding when you could live peacefully for less money? And once people realized they had a choice, they made it. They left. Illinois, the pressure builds. Now let's move to Illinois. A state with history. A state with power. A state with Chicago, one of the most iconic cities in America. But behind the beauty, there's pressure building. Financial pressure. The state has been dealing with debt for years. To manage it, taxes increased and increased again. For residents, that creates a feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're losing more of your money. Then come other concerns: safety, stability, future growth. And slowly, people begin to think, is this the best place for my future? For many, the answer became no. And when families start leaving, businesses begin to follow. And when businesses leave, the problem grows even bigger. California, the price of perfection. California is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Beaches, mountains, technology hubs, entertainment industry. It looks perfect. But behind that beauty, there's a growing crisis. The cost of living. Housing prices in California are among the highest anywhere. In some areas, a basic home costs over $1 million. Think about that. Even people with good jobs struggle to afford a normal life. And when the middle class starts struggling, that's when things begin to change. Because a state cannot survive on only the rich. So what do people do? They leave. Not because they don't love California, but because they can't build the life they want there. Louisiana, living with uncertainty. Now let's look at a completely different reason. Louisiana, a place full of culture, history, and energy, but also a place with constant uncertainty. Natural disasters like hurricanes and flooding are part of life. And over time, that takes a toll. Living with uncertainty creates stress. Always wondering, when is the next storm coming? Will my home be safe? Will I have to rebuild again? Add economic challenges and limited job opportunities, and people begin to look for something else. Stability. And slowly, they move away. West Virginia, when opportunity disappears. West Virginia tells a different story. It's not too expensive. It's not overcrowded. But it has a different challenge. Lack of opportunity. Young people grow up there. They go to school. They build dreams. But when it's time to build a career, they leave. Because the jobs aren't there. The growth isn't there. And over time, the population ages and declines. The truth about why people leave. Now you can see the full picture. People don't leave for just one reason. They leave because of a combination. Cost, opportunity, safety, lifestyle. When these four things stop working, people move. The domino effect. And when people leave, it creates a chain reaction. Less people means less spending. Less spending means businesses struggle. Businesses close. Jobs disappear. And the cycle continues. The competition between states. Here's something most people don't think about. States are competing with each other. Not with armies, but with policies, taxes, regulations, business environment. If one state offers a better deal, people move. It's that simple. The pandemic changed everything. Before 2020, people followed jobs. After 2020, jobs follow people. Remote work changed everything. Now people can live anywhere and still work. And that freedom changed decisions forever. Where are people going? So now the question is, where are people moving? North Carolina, the balance. North Carolina offers balance, affordable living, growing jobs, better lifestyle. It's not too expensive, not too crowded, and that balance attracts people. Arizona, more for less. Arizona offers value. People leaving expensive states can get more space for less money. That feels like an upgrade. Florida, the attraction. Florida is one of the biggest winners. No state income tax. Warm weather. Growing economy. But growth also brings challenges. Higher prices. Insurance issues. Texas, the power center. Texas is booming. Jobs. Businesses. Opportunities. Big companies are moving there. And when companies move, people follow. Idaho, the surprise. Idaho represents something deeper. A desire for peace, nature, space, freedom. But even here, growth is changing things. The future, over the next decade, everything will keep shifting. Today's growing states may become tomorrow's expensive ones. New places will rise. Opportunities will move. The biggest mistake people make: waiting too long, staying in a place that is declining. Hopping it will improve. Final story. Two people, same income. One stays, one moves. 5 years later, their lives are completely different. Where you live matters more than you think. It affects everything. Your money, your stress, your future. At the beginning, we asked, which states are losing residents the fastest? Now you know. But more importantly, you understand why. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now, because we explore the future before it becomes obvious. Because in a world that's constantly changing, being in the right place can change everything.